Hi all, my name is Sridevi and I am solving a unitary method. This is for exercise 7A, Selena Conscience Mathematics for class 7. This exercise has got about 19 sums, so I will be splitting this exercise into two videos. I will solve the first 10 to 11 sums in this video and the rest in the other video. So if you have any comments or questions, please mention it in my comment section and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Question 1. Weight of 8 identical articles is 4.8 kgs. What is the weight of 11 such articles? Very simple, guys. So if weight of 8 such articles is given, find the weight of each article, and once you get the weight of each article, you multiply with the number of articles that you need and that will give you the answer. The weight of 8 articles is 4.8 kg. Therefore, weight of one article will be 4.8 by 8, that is 0.6 kg. Therefore, weight of 11 articles is equal to 0.6 into 11, that is 6.6 kg. Therefore, weight of 11 articles is equal to 6.6 kg. Hope this is simple. So, this is called direct proportion. So, when there are X number of articles and Y is the cost of an article. If the number of products increases, the rupees also increases. So such kind of sums are called as direct proportion. Second one, 6 books weigh 1.26 kg. How many books will weigh 3.150 kg? So that means the number of books will be more. So again, here you find the weight of one book and then you divide by that and you'll get the number of books. So weight of 6 books is equal to 1.26 kg. Weight of one book is equal to 1.26, that is equal to 0.21 kg. Number of books that weigh 3.15 kg is calculated as 3.15 divided by 0.21, that is equal to 315 by 21, that is equal to 15. Therefore, 15 books weigh 3.150 kgs. Isn't it simple? I'm just pausing in for few seconds for you to understand the calculation. Next one. 8 men complete a work in 6 hours. In how many hours will 12 men complete the same work? In 6 hours, work is done by 8 men. In 1 hour, the work is done by 6 into 8, that is 48 men. Therefore, 12 men will complete the same work in how many hours? That is equal to 48 by 12, that is equal to 4 hours. Therefore, 12 men will complete the same work in 4 hours. Just pausing in for few seconds for you to understand what I have done. And these types of sums are called inverse proportion. Next one, if a 25 centimeter long candle burns for 45 minutes, how long will another candle of the same material and same thickness but 5 centimeter longer than the previous can burn? Very simple. Find out in 1 centimeter takes how much of time. Therefore, you can then find out the time required by the candle, which is 30 centimeter. So 25 centimeter long candle will burn in 45 minutes. 1 centimeter candle will burn in 48 by 25 minutes, that is 1.8 minutes. Candle 5 centimeter longer than 25 centimeter will be 25 plus 5, that is 30 centimeters. Therefore, time taken by 30 centimeter candle is equal to 30 into 1.8, that is equal to 54 minutes. Therefore, it takes 54 minutes to burn the 30 centimeter long candle. Hope this is clear. I'm just giving you a few seconds for you to understand the question, the sum that I've solved. The next one, a typist takes 80 minutes to type 24 pages. How long will it take to type 87 pages? For typing 24 pages, time taken is equal to 80 minutes. For typing 1 page, time taken will be 80 by 24, that is 10 by 3 minutes. Therefore, time taken by a typist to type 87 pages is equal to 87 into 10 by 3, that is 10 into 29, that is 290 minutes. Therefore, to type 87 pages, it takes the typist 290 minutes. Hope this is clear. Just pausing for you to understand my calculation. Next sum. For 750 rupees 750 support a family for 15 days. For how long or days will 2500 rupees support the same family? So here int is 750 for 15. So for 1, how much? So you will just find out 750 can support a family for 15 days. Rupees 1 will support for 15 by 750 days, that is 0.002 days. Therefore, the number of days supported for rupees 2500 is calculated as 0.02 into 2500, that is 2 into 25, that is equal to 50 days. So for 50 days will rupees 2500 be supported for the same person. Pausing for a few seconds for you to understand. Moving on to 7th sum. 400 men have provision for 23 weeks. They are joined by 60 men. How long will the provision last? This is like inverse proportion. Because the number of men is increasing, the number of provision days will become lesser. So in such cases, what you do is, I've just written like this, see, men weeks. So 400 men, it takes 23 weeks. For 460 men, it takes X weeks. So number of men is increasing. So I put a increasing arrow. Weeks is decreasing. It will decrease, right? So I put a decreasing arrow. So here it says inverse proportion. In inverse proportion, what do? You just write 400 by 600. 400 by 460 is equal to X by 23. Because it is decreasing, you do a reciprocate. So X by 23. What is X? X is equal to 400 into 23 by 460. I'll explain this logic again. So now you just write men and weeks. These are two quantities in this particular problem. 400 men, it takes 23 weeks. For 460 men, how many weeks will it take? Here the number of men is increasing, so I am just putting an increasing sign. Here weeks will decrease because the number of men is increasing. Therefore, I put a decreasing symbol. So in such cases, what do? One is increasing, one is decreasing. Whatever quantity you know, you just keep it like that only. 400 by 460. The other quantity which you do not know, you go ahead and reciprocate. So it becomes X by 23. Therefore, X is equal to 400 into 23 by 460. Therefore, 400 men have provision for 23 weeks. Therefore, 460 men will have provision for 400 into 23 by 460. When you calculate this, you get 20 weeks. The provision will last for 20 weeks if it is used by 460 men. Hope this is clear. Just go through my video once or twice for you to understand the logic. Question number 8. 200 men have provisions for 30 days. So if 50 men left, the same provision would last for how many days? So here again, the number of men is decreasing, so the number of days will increase. Therefore, you just keep it like this. Men is equal to 200 by 200, days is 30. If the men decrease, that is 50 men decrease, so it becomes 150 and X. Therefore, here you just do the same thing. You keep 200 by 150 is 200 by 150 is equal to X by 30, because that is where you have to find the X, you reciprocate. So this is inverse proportion. So X is equal to 200 into 30 by 150. So 200 men have provisions for 30 days. After 50 men left, total number of men will be 200 minus 50, that is 150. Therefore, the number of days the provision will last for 150 men is equal to 200 into 30 by 150. When you calculate, it becomes 40 days. Therefore, provision will last for 40 days if it is used by 150 men. I'm just giving you a pause for a minute or two for you to understand the problem. The next one, 8 men can finish a certain amount of provision in 40 days. If 2 more men join with them, find how many days the same provision amount of provision be sufficient. Again, inverse property. Number of men increases, the number of days decreases. So men is 8. When men is 8, it is 40 days. When men is 10, you don't know the number of days, that is X. So if men increases, days decreases. This is inverse proportion. So 8 by 10 is equal to X by 40. You just reciprocate whatever you do not know. So 40 into 8 is equal to 10x. X is equal to 4 into 8. So it becomes 8 men can finish a provision in 40 days. After 2 men join, the total number of men is 8 plus 2, that is equal to 10. Therefore, the number of days the provision will last for 10 men is x is equal to 40 into 8 divided by 10, that is 4 into 8, that is equal to 32 days. Therefore, the provision will last for 32 days if it is used by 10 men. Just pausing in for a few seconds for you to understand what I have done. Next one, if interest on rupees 200 is rupees 225 in a certain time, what will be the interest of 750 for the same time? So here 200, and if the amount is 200, interest is 25, and if the amount is 750, the interest also will increase. So there is nothing like an increase and a decrease, so it is direct proportion. Therefore it is just cross multiplication. Interest on rupees 200 is equal to rupees 25. Interest on 750 is equal to x, that is x is equal to 750 into 25 by 200. When you solve, it becomes x is equal to rupees 750 into 5 by 4, that is 375 by 4, that is equal to 93.75. The interest on rupees 750 is rupees 93.75. Guys, here nothing like inverse property, because here it is inverse, it is a direct proportion, because if it is 200, it is 25 rupees. If you put more money, it will be more interest. So it is just direct cross multiplication. Question 11. If 3 dozen eggs cost rupees 90, find the cost of 3 scores of eggs. What is 1 score is 120. So this is again very simple. You'll find the value of 1 egg and then find the value of 3 scores. So 3 dozen is 3 into 12, that is equal to 36 eggs. 3 scores is equal to 3 into 20, that is equal to 60. Cost of 36 eggs is equal to rupees 90. Cost of 1 egg is equal to 90 by 36, that is equal to 30 by 12, that is equal to 5 by 2. Cost of 60 eggs is equal to 5 by 2 into 40, right? 5 by 2 into 60, that is equal to rupees 150. Therefore, cost of 60 eggs is equal to rupees 150. Hope this is pretty clear. I'm just pausing in for a few seconds so that you will understand what I have done. There's nothing more. In case if you have any questions or comments, please comment on my comment section. I will solve the other sums and post in the next video. Until I see you next, bye-bye.